thatmovieguyUK.
Another channel first for you guys, and I'm actually covering a Chinese film. It is very rare where Chinese films have actually become very prominent over the last 5-6 years, and recently a filmmaker called Bi Gan, who is still in his 20s, made one of the most interesting and thought-provoking films I've seen in a very long time, and that's K-League Blues. My thoughts are on Letterboxd. If you want to check him out, it's all there. But at Cannes Film Festival this year, he actually brought out his new film, Long Day's Journey into Night, and to great acclaim, Bi Gan has done it again. A brief synopsis for this film, because I really don't want to ruin it for you. It's a noir-tinged story of a man who lives a very solitude life, and he is reminiscing about things that have happened in his younger years, and it goes through the grief of missing people or a certain someone, and how he is really trying to find out more of what actually happened during the earlier part of his life. And this film is then split into two very completely different kind of thematics. The first is a mystery thriller where he is discovering, and the second half is this unreal dreamlike sequence. Long Day's Journey into Night is a nocturnal dream. Patience is everything with this film. A lot of people detest the first half of the film. For me personally, I really admired it. You have to take a lot of attention into what our protagonist is looking at, what he is doing, his observations on situations, and you will see the connections then between that and the second half of the film. There's no real middle part, it's the first half and the second half. What is so interesting about Long Day's Journey into Night, and the first thing I heard about it once it came out, was it takes 70 minutes for the title card to come out. And also, did I mention it's in 3D? Oh yes. The first half of the film is very straightforward to some degree. Obviously, like I said, the narrative is very convoluted and it can be very draining. But the cinematic ethos of Bi Gan is that a slow cinema pace is what he makes. He breaks all conventions of the formulaic version of cinema. He really just tackles it and makes his own version of cinema. And that is what you need these days, is we need more people like Bi Gan. We need filmmakers that are breaking the boundaries and making their own kind of film. It is unreal what he has achieved. Once the the titles come in the 70th minute, our protagonist then will put 3D glasses on, and then you are advised to put your 3D glasses on. And what happens after this is probably the most impressive feat of cinema that I have witnessed in years. Once those 3D glasses are glued to your head, you will then witness a 50 to 60 minute long dream state sequence, and it is absolutely mesmerizing. I am not going to say anything about this sequence, but David Lynch could only dream of a sequence like that, especially in dream state. I cannot get that sequence out of my head. To even master a 5-minute long take is something. To even master a 20-minute long take. This guy made a 40-minute long take in his debut feature film, and then made a 50 to 60, there's no official runtime for it yet, of the sequence in his second film in 3D, with some of the most complex camera movements you will see in a film. That is enough of this review, really, for you to go and see this, and it has to be seen in the cinema, because it is pure cinema. The minimalism of the script is crucial to Bi Gan. He is very similar to Hong Sang-soo, where he really just lets the actual framing of the film tell you the tale rather than the dialect, because sometimes the dialect can be very stupid, sometimes it can be very confusing, but the actual concept of the film, I can't really digest it properly, and a lot of people are still in the same state. I feel like it does require multiple viewings, but trust me, Long Day's Journey into Night and Kaylee Blues, for that matter, are definitely worth anybody's time that actually wants to watch a new form of cinema, and Began is that future. My review will be on my website, www.thatmovieguyuk.wordpress.com, and obviously all my details are below here. And obviously, as we say on this channel, diolch, danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitchin, all the shins. And obviously, never change. Go see this movie. It will change you, trust me.